Hi everyone, welcome back to ESC Plus TV, where we are here in Tel Aviv for tonight's jury rehearsal of semifinal 2. I am waiting for Jamie to join us. He's decided at the last minute that he wants to get something to eat, even though we were supposed to start this live stream about 20 minutes ago. So, I got today to watch the rehearsals for semifinal 2, so I can offer some comments and take some questions. And we're going to be here live streaming the audio portion of tonight's jury rehearsal, and we'll run through the countries that are performing tonight. And here comes Jamie.
I'm back.
We lost like all our viewers while you were getting your sandwich.
Oh, right, okay. You could have spoke for me. Come on, you got a voice.
I did.
Oh, that's all right then.
I told everyone about how it's brutally difficult. Working with someone so unpunctual.
Anyway, we'll go into it. Welcome to the live stream of jury semi-final 2. Yeah, that's it. So many shows to remember throughout the week, and we're on Wednesday now, so nearly at the midway point of Eurovision week, which is quite scary, Joe.
It is scary, and like today I was starting to get really into my routine. Like I have a routine now because this is like the 5th day in a row I'm coming to the press center. Well, it's true.
It is.
Like every day I get up.
This is your home.
Yeah, it's like I don't. So you come to the press center. You kind of like get to watch the rehearsals or do some artist interviews. You go through the same security port.
Yeah.
And the weather has been the same every day too.
It has been absolutely electric. I was actually in Jerusalem earlier, and the temperatures there were nearly 40 degrees. It was warm.
And what is 40 degrees in Fahrenheit?
Oh God, is it 90? I don't know.
40. I think it's like a lot. I think it's 100.
We could Google it, but we could get our viewers to tell us as well if you are there. Oh, actually, we've actually got a message already, and that is Chingiz. I apologise if I pronounced that wrong. I know I have. Who is your favourite tonight of all the songs? Now you saw the rehearsals this afternoon.
I saw the rehearsals this afternoon. I thought John from Sweden sounded extra amazing. But my favorite, that's a tough one. There's a few that are up there. Why don't we take a quick look at the list? So my favorite from semifinal, mine, I would have to say, I believe is going to be Albania.
Interesting, because Albania's 40. Yeah, Janida, I do like her because the song is quite beautiful.
I thought that it was a great rehearsal for her, and yeah, she's bringing a lot of power to the song. A lot of theatrics. I'm excited for her. She's fantastic.
Oh, interesting. Is there any other song that you saw where people could be a little surprised? Thinking that was better than I expected?
Yeah, I mean, so one thing that I'm like on the brink of maybe predicting is Ana Odobescu from Moldova.
Oh yeah.
Now, this song has been really under the radar during the national final, the pre-season, but she's brought an artist with her who's going to create sand art live on stage.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was done by the Ukraine, I think, back in 2011 or something like that.
I think so. Yes. Yeah, I remember.
And so it's actually really captivating because you can see the artist, like her hands moving around, and she's creating this portrait in the sand in a box, but it's projected onto the LED, and so it's very, and then she's got a great vocal as well. So I am thinking that may be entertaining enough for people at home that she might squeak through.
Interesting. Yeah. And Moldova over the years always have crazy acts, don't they? But it's always memorable. And let's not forget, we were talking about them yesterday, Sunstroke Project. They were runners-up in 2017.
Third place.
Third place. But even so, for Moldova, that's fantastic.
They were great.
It was absolutely brilliant. Okay, we'll quickly go through them. So we got Armenia opening the show tonight. Well, tomorrow night for you who will be watching at home. Ireland at second with Sarah McTernan. Moldova at third, Switzerland at fourth. He's one of the favourites, Luca Hane. We've got Latvia in fifth, Romania sixth, Denmark seventh with the Onera, which involves a massive chair. Which what do you think of that? It looks pretty cool, but is it really going to win anything?
This is the same staging as basically she's had since Dansk Melodi Grand Prix.
And you were there.
Yeah, and they haven't changed really anything except they've added two dancers. Instead of having 3 people sit on the chair, there's 5 people sitting on the chair. It's not for me. I mean, I think maybe it works for the song, but yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Next up, we've got Sweden with John Ludvig with Too Late for Love, who actually wrote the song for Michael Rice UK entry. So it'll be interesting if, well, I don't expect the UK to win, but if the UK win, technically he's a winner as well by being the songwriter. We have, go on, do you want to say something?
No, I was really impressed with today's rehearsal. I thought that John is really in it to win it. He's really very charismatic. The mamas, which are part of the act, are just fabulous, and the crowd was really into it. You know, the press team that was there, they're really into it. This is a song that's going to be one to watch for the final on Saturday.
Yeah. It's true. We got your mother is on again, Joyce.
Hello, Joycey.
Hello, guys. Sending best wishes from New York, or New Yankees, or could be anything.
New York.
Could be New York. Let's make sure
Yeah.
of it. Not New York from Futurama. Terrible,
No,
I know.
No,
Terrible, I know. Next up, we have Sweden, Austria with Pianda with the song Limits. What do you think of this one?
So I talked to Panda earlier this week, and she told me that this song was remixed by Darude, and
Oh, yes.
I am dying to hear that because I feel like there's something there, but not in its current form.
Yeah.
But it's hypnotic, and she's got a great voice. Staging is really simple, not anything going on really. She's kind of sat still the whole time. So I don't know. It's real. I find this to be a real departure for Austria from where they've been the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's funny because, you know, I mean, obviously Austria won it 5 years ago with Conchita Wurst. She's about this week. She's doing a few shows here and then, of course, the interval on Saturday, which will be very, very exciting.
That reminds me, today is officially Madonna Day, right?
Is it?
Yeah, so Madonna has arrived in Israel. And
So is it happening then, this whole thing with
she rehearsed today, so...
Were you there?
No.
Was it behind closed doors, maybe?
Yeah, I think she brought her own team with her to do the rehearsal, the stage, you know. So, yeah, I mean, it's moving forward.
All right, awesome. And well, it looks as though it is happening. So Madonna, at this rate, is going to be
they
there.
mention her in the broadcast tonight, so they're rehearsing mentions of her appearing on Saturday and some jokes about her as well. So, yeah, so they're moving as if this is all going according to plan.
Interesting. We've got Croatia next with Rocco the Dream. That's also sang in English as well as Croatian. We've got Malta with Mikila with Chameleon. Then we've got Lithuania with Venkelenko with Run with the Lions. I mean, I wouldn't want to because I'd probably get eaten. We got 13 with Russia and Sergei Lazarev. I actually saw him walk past me before.
Yeah.
He was wearing like a tracksuit as he normally does. He looked very calm ahead of the show tonight. And what do you think, Joe? Do you think he is a contender this year? Because he is one of the top favourites. But do you think that's just because of the name he created back in 2016?
Yeah, I mean, I just have this thing where, especially if we're relying on the odds to tell us a little bit about people's chances, when it comes to like a known quantity, when it comes to, you know, someone that everyone's familiar with,
Yeah.
the people are just way more likely to put money on a bet like that.
Yeah.
Because they know it's like, oh, it's Sergey, I'm going to bet on him. And then what happens is the odds end up getting bumped up. So we saw it, you know, with Hungary, like he was way up in like 4th or 5th place and they didn't qualify. So I'm wondering if that's part of it. I don't see this as having a strong chance of winning.
Oh, interesting,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I can't see it happening personally, but, you know, Russia, again, always having a big act. You know, okay, last year wasn't exactly on par with what Russia normally come up with, but I think with Sergei coming back, they clearly mean business. Albania, as you mentioned, Janida to go through, you'd say, as well?
Yeah, I would predict that it will, but I think it might be close. I expect the jury to come through for Albania the way they did for Eugene last year.
Interesting. Norway with Kino, Spirit in the Sky. I love this song.
Yeah,
I love it. I mean, we've heard
they're having so much fun.
they are, and
Yeah.
it seems like a nice group as well. You know, I mean, they're always smiling as well.
Yeah, so
which
you
is
know,
what it's
you know
all
that
about.
they were put together for
Yeah.
this. Okay.
Which is always a risk, but 2011 Azerbaijan, Alaniki were put together and it won them the contest.
That's
so
right.
you never know, it can happen. Sometimes accidents happen for a reason. I'm not saying it was an accident, but it's not exactly planned properly in my eyes. But this is the one everyone's talking about. I was on the bus before, Joey, and I was sitting next to a Netherlands fan. She was very excited about tonight,
Yeah.
and I'm very excited because I haven't really seen much of it yet. I know it involves with him playing the piano, but Netherlands with Duncan Lawrence with the song Arcade. Now, while we are talking about him, he is the favourite.
Yes, that's
Joey,
right.
Joe, do you believe that's about right? Because you've seen all the acts now, haven't you, on stage?
Yes.
Pretty much. So do you believe he deserves to be the favourite? Can you see why?
I can see why. I can see, it's the lyrics of the song and just kind of the mature songwriting. I think is part of why he's the favorite. Is also very jury friendly, but I feel like there's something that extra special something is missing from the staging.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, we will now go on to the last two. And well, it says on Wikipedia's Eurovision official page, yep, I didn't write a script, North Macedonia. I thought it was just Macedonia, but unless
You haven't been paying attention for a while then.
Oh, sorry, no, the politics side, yeah, I forgot. I was going to say. Tamara to Tadiski with Proud. And then finally, this is a song that seems to be grabbing a few people's attentions right now, and that's Azerbaijan with Chingiz with Truth. What do you think of this one?
So this was another one that kind of really moved up in the odds after the rehearsal started. And so Chingiz is bringing something pretty futuristic. There's use of on-screen graphics that you can only see on TV that you won't see in the arena. It's very well polished. He's really, really seems very professional, very confident. So I think closing the show, they've put him there for a reason. We saw it with Serhat, managed to get him through. I think Azerbaijan will sail through to the finals on Saturday.
Okay, interesting. Well, that's all the acts that we've got looking forward to. It starts in about 13 minutes to be precise. He's got to be in the arena. I've got to get ready in here. Joey, enjoy the show.
Well, should we see if there's any questions?
Yeah, good point. Such a selfish man, aren't I?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. We haven't had any more, really. We've had Tijes Kudryes.
Is Madonna performing tonight? No. She's part of the final show on Saturday.
Yeah. And funny enough, I've actually got a ticket for the jury final on Friday night. Now, would she perform in that as well? But
Normally, no. I mean, last year, like even Salvador didn't show up for the rehearsal, but he was part of the final act. So, knowing her, no, probably not.
Interesting. Anyway, for you folks at home, we're going to take a quick break. We're not ending the stream, so stay there. We've got to move our setup because I need a stream right in front of me to talk to you about what is happening in the arena. Well, Joey here. It's right there, yes, but I don't like it from here. I like being really close, like those screens up there. Anyway, enough about this room. You've got a show to go to. You'll be back afterwards, and we will talk about the songs again. And then, of course, that'll be our coverage for tonight. So a lot to look forward to. Joey, get yourself out of here.
All right, thank you. Thanks for watching.
We'll be back in just a short while, folks. Again for the Instagram stories, because it's put the same video on twice. So I was thinking we delete one of them. Sure. I don't know why Instagram stories is always funny with Wi-Fi. I like your shirt. I think you. Better than mine. I mean, I look like a cow. Well, it's technically the only thing you own. Right, awesome. It's done it.
Then I printed this in case you want to refer to it or display it.
Oh!
It's our ESC plus media handbook.
Oh. What? As in, who gave they gave it to us?
No,
You.
somebody at ESC Plus produced it.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus. Wow, this is a lot of effort.
So you have like a little bit about each.
Yeah. Fair play. Did they post you it or?
They posted it, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I bet. Oh, they love this page.
And I think there's something at the back,
Oh yeah.
like the running
Previous
orders.
Oh yeah. Bloody hell. That's quite nice. That's really good.
Yeah.
Fair play. I think that's what I like about ESC Plus. They do make a lot of effort. It is fantastic to see. Right, awesome. Okay, right. I'm gonna go set up there. I will use that. That'll be fantastic.
And you could like mention it too, that people could download it if they want from the website.
From the website, cool. I'll do that. Right, I'm gonna go up there. I'll be right back. I'll just move this laptop on a table before someone else nicks it. So hello and welcome back to the stream of the second jury semi-final of the Eurovision Song Contest 2019. We are live here in the Expo Centre, well, next door to the Expo Centre. That's where the show is starting. And at the moment we actually don't have any audio from our stream in front of us, which is a little bit annoying, but hopefully we can get the sound on for the rest of it. But we can, of course, while we wait, they've only just started the show, but hopefully the audio will come back on. We got Saskia asking if the live stream is this good. Yep, hopefully it is. But at this moment in time, we believe someone is working on it with the sound. Could do with getting the sound going soon, otherwise I have no idea what to say about the songs while they come through. So just to quickly mention, so we've got Armenia, Ireland, Moldova, Switzerland, Latvia, Romania, Denmark, Sweden, Austria, Croatia, Malta, Lithuania, Russia, Albania, Norway, Netherlands, North Macedonia, and Azerbaijan representing tonight's entries, which will be very interesting because I think in my eyes, compared to the first semi-final, this really is a lot more tighter, where I think one or two good songs could be missing out on the grand final, which is a big shame, but you know, this is how hard it can get sometimes at Eurovision. You can't second guess it. You know, some of the favourites we've got here tonight, we've got Switzerland, we've got Russia, we've got Netherlands as well, who are the top favourites at the moment, and Azerbaijan is slowly going up the odds table at the moment as well. So it's an interesting night ahead, and I think really the winning song could be in this semi-final. We'll find out, and we're going to start off the show with Armenia. So this is Sabuk with the song "Walking Out," and Armenia, if I can remember, have never actually won Eurovision. I'm going to check that out. I don't think they've actually ever won it. Armenia, I don't recall them. Their first appearance was in 2006, and their best result was 4th in 2008 and 2014. Of course, remember our MP3 with the song "Not Alone" in 2014, and that was actually one of the favourites during the Eurovision week, but it wasn't enough at the end for him to win it for the first time for Armenia. Post Remote has asked us, is there a reaction there to Slovenia's press conference yesterday? In terms of, if you can explain a bit more, Post Remote, what kind of reaction do you mean? Like what they said about getting through, or let me know, that would be fantastic. So Armenia have started. So that was well, I know you couldn't hear it, but Armenia have just performed. And then next up we have Ireland. Still no audio coming in from our press centre here. We can hear it in the other room, so I think they're getting it better. We're just looking now. No beer allowed in the arena, says Joe, who of course will be joining us later on. Eek, he says, James Watson says, in the winners' press conference yesterday, Slovenia were pretty rude in my opinion. And then Desert Remote, who actually responding to what I asked for, he said as well, they were quite rude to the press. They said they wanted to go home. I mean, it is a long 2 weeks for these performers. You know, they got to do quite a lot in the 2 weeks as well as making appearances here and there. So I'd imagine it is a bit of a long process for them, but I'm sure they didn't mean it. Anyway, next up is Ireland, but again, no audio.
Was gibt's da nicht? Mensch.
Well, still, we've not got the audio coming into this room, which is rather annoying. Anyway, let's see what messages we've had. Saskia is saying, are we going to see the stage or just this guy? Afraid it's just me at this rate. We could show you the screen, but we'd be in trouble to show you anything that's from the stage, as we don't have any rights for that. James Watson saying they aren't allowed to show the stage for jury shows. Yep, that is true, James. JSM Music saying, why don't you tell us something about how it went so far? Well, the Island song, I'll say this now, it was... I don't think it'll make the final. Ireland seem to have this thing, don't they, over the last few years where they're struggling to make the grand final these days. You know, comes from a country that used to be so successful with Eurovision. They used to always be the winners. Next up we have Moldova, and it's just started, and it's quite interesting this because there is literally a live art performance going on before, and it's absolutely awesome. So that is one staging you want to watch tomorrow. Still no audio. We do apologise that we haven't got any audio coming into this room. See what we can do. A lot of people loving the staging of this with the art. Here we go. Now we got some audio. Well, I'll say it's now out of the 3 songs, that is probably the best one so far. That's Moldova there. And the Chipmunks music has just asked, do you think that Italy should win? I mean, I must admit, I've heard the song and I do like it, but I've not seen the staging yet, so I'm not entirely sure. Once I see the staging of all the songs with the music, then I'm happy to judge it after that, but we'll see. We do, of course, have another question from the Chipmunks music. Guys, who are your winners? I think semi-final 1, Australia have won it. Just because of the reaction we had in here and in the arena, everyone seems to love that song all of a sudden. The staging has certainly won a lot of fans' votes, in my eyes. It'd be interesting to see what the jury's thought when we find out the proper results on Saturday. But anyway, let's start. Let's go on to Switzerland. Luca Hani, one of the favourites here with the song "She Got Me." And that was Switzerland, not finished yet. It's a definite crowd pleaser. Wow. As well as Moldova, that one's definitely a fan's favourite so far out of the 4 acts we've had in the arena. I must admit, well, I'll be very surprised if Switzerland don't make the final with that one. Luca Hani there absolutely nailing it on the stage with 4 backing dancers in the background. A lot of red in the background, as you'll see from tomorrow. Anyway, next up. Who is next up, shall we? It's Latvia. And Latvia, I think if I can remember, didn't make the final last year. And it's Carousel with That Night. And actually, I would like to check, how have Latvia done in their history of Eurovision? Let's have a look. Of course, they won in 2002. Let's not forget that. Their first ever appearance was in 2000. And their worst result was actually a couple of years ago by only being in the semis. So see what you think. This is song number 5 with Latvia. And that was Latvia, which I must admit, I think that's one song I fear that might not make the grand final. Remember, it's 10 songs that will make it to the final out of the 18 tonight, and I don't know, something about that one where I think it could be forgotten. Carousel with the song That Night, nice song, but I think for me it won't make the final. We'll see come tomorrow night when they reveal, but that was in front of the jury show tonight, so that'll be more down to the quality of her voice than the singing. from a 3-minute performance. Next up, we've got Romania with Esther Pioni on A Sunday is the song, and of course this Sunday we will all have Eurovision depression, which will be the day after Eurovision. I'm trying to remember what they call it. There's an actual saying for it, the day after Eurovision, and it is probably the saddest day of the year. Anyway, let's have a listen to Romania, shall we, at number 6. So that was Romania there with Esther Pioni on A Sunday, and quite a crowd pleaser, that one in the Expo Centre there. And I don't know, it's another one for me where it might just not make the final. We have actually had an interesting comment from one of our viewers, and that is James Watson. Do you think Switzerland could not qualify tonight, or is it guaranteed they'll be there on Saturday, sorry. I mean, I don't know how you can say there's a guarantee. I think every song has a chance to miss out on Saturday, but I think Switzerland for me, it's just catchy. When I was on my way here, I was on the bus with my flatmates who I'm staying with this week, and I was literally just thinking, it's just one of those songs. It's stuck in your head. No matter how well it does, it'll be a top 5, I reckon, with Switzerland. We'll see on Saturday, but if it doesn't make the final, then I don't know what is good enough to make the grand final of Eurovision. This is the year where you've got one semi-final which is very weak, then you've got a second semi-final which is just completely the opposite, and it's just filled up with very exciting acts and potential winners. We're in the green room at the moment, and it is Ireland being interviewed, and it's Sarah McTurnan. If you actually want to catch our interview, we did talk to her in London back in April last month, which was quite an interesting interview. She was great. She's loving the experience. I've been following her stuff on Instagram. She's absolutely loving the experience, and she'll definitely want to repeat what Rhino Shaughnessy did last year by being the first island act since 2013 to reach the grand final, which, as I said before, Ireland, one of the most successful, well, the most successful nation at Eurovision, struggling to make the grand final these days. Which, as a man from the UK, I'd love to see us in the semis and actually see if we'd make the final each year, because a lot of us Brits at home don't think we would do that well. It'd be interesting if they ever did change the system with the Big Five. They're now talking to Luca Hani, who represented Switzerland earlier on. That was at running under number 4, and it's, as I said, as you guys asked me before, it will definitely make the final. Whether or not it'll win, I don't think it'll win. It's interesting because we could easily jump onto some act and think, right, that's won it. The staging on that is spot on, the song is spot on, everyone loves it, it should win. But then, the jury vote is going to be the big question. You have the jury vote, then you have the fans vote, etc. And you literally just have complete opposites. We saw it last year where basically you would have the fans completely disagreeing with the jury vote, and it's really weird. But at the end of the day, the jury votes are the professional judges in music. There's 5 from each nation that do it, so it's very interesting. But yeah, we've been completely opposite, us fans, when it comes to the voting since they've been doing this system for the last few years. It's a bit of a break, of course, as I mentioned, in the green room. Who have we got coming up, Jamie? Wow, we've got Sweden next. We've got Denmark before that with Leonora, and this is where it includes a massive chair. And I don't know how they get it up on the stage this quick, and it's just about to begin now. It's the song Love Is Forever. Normally Danish acts actually have their songs in English, but this time there's a bit of English but mixed in with a lot of French actually. Then we got Sweden, their neighbours, being on straight after them. Now that's the next song that I think could potentially win Eurovision. But let's focus on Denmark for now, shall we? Now Leonora, if I can remember, from the top of my head, she was 20 years old. Yep, she's 20. I just had to remind myself there. But Mark Casselier says, "Hi Jamie, how did Sarah get on for Ireland tonight?" I thought she did okay. I just think she's so early on in the semi-final too. Mark, you look at the acts who are after him. You got Russia, Sweden, and all that. It's going to be tough. So anyway, here we go then. It is Denmark next. was Denmark there, and I must admit, I do like that. The staging is different, and it's when you get the chance to watch it tomorrow, the high chair bit is just awesome. I love it. I just worry they're going to fall off though. Next up, we do have Sweden. Now this is a potential winner, but we say that about Sweden every year, don't we? You know, they are the proper competitors of Eurovision with their Malfest system and everything. They just absolutely nail it. Even if it doesn't win, it's always a top 5, top 10. Below that, you'll be very surprised. We got Mark Castley, who, oh sorry, I've already read yours. Rich Bro 1773 says hello Rich Bro. JSM Music TL, what do you say about San Marino qualifying? I'm happy somehow. I must admit, it was a big shock. I was not expecting San Marino to go through, not with Sahat. As much as I love Sahat, I don't think anyone expected him to make the final. Maybe he did, but nobody else didn't. So very interesting. But here's Sweden now with Too Late for Love. That was Sweden. Big reception in the arena. It's in my top 5. I think originally I had him as 5th. I think I might have to stick in there still. We've got Austria coming up, but we're going to look through some more comments. We got Rich Bro asking, qualify? Oh, as in Switzerland will qualify. As I said earlier in the commentary, I'll be very surprised if they didn't, because it's just one of those songs. It's just, even though it's on early on in this semi-final, I don't think it's going to worry that too much. I'll be very surprised if Luca Hani is not in the act for Saturday. ESC Honey has gone, do you think Denmark will pass the semi? James Watson's kind of responded to that and gone, I'm going to go out there and say Denmark won't qualify tomorrow. I would love to see Denmark go through. It's hit and miss, but anyway, see what you think with Austria now. It's the limits. So at the midway point, that's Austria with Pienda there, and that's the song Limits. We did interview the London Eurovision party and at the Eurovision in concert in Amsterdam, and Joey told us before in our preview to the show tonight that there wasn't much going in the act there. A nice song but nothing more. So I think it's tough. It's tough. Like I said, this semi-final is very close. Next up, we got Croatia with Roko with The Dream. Now, expect some of this to be in Croatian and, of course, mixed with English. And Croatia, well, they could do with getting themselves in a final. Really, it's been a while. We got. Let's see if we got any messages from our fans at all. Remember to ask us any questions. Remember to follow our stuff on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on our website. So next up is Croatia at number 10. Well, I must admit, Croatia there with the big wings, the golden wings. Sometimes I gotta judge it by the reaction of the crowd as well, and some of them liked it. Not the most convincing in terms of reactions, but it's not too bad. Next up we got Malta. Malta never won Eurovision. I don't think anyone expects them to do it this year either. Their best result actually was second in 2002 and 2005, and their first appearance all the way back in 1971. Their worst result was in 2006, the same year when Lordi won it for Finland, and that was in Greece, and it took place there. So Malta, could they make the final? First time I've seen this stage performance, so we'll see. question. Let me just check. Yes, they are 13th. Russia in the lineup, which I'm looking forward to. Malta there, running order number 11. I must admit, it's just one of those songs that I know 3 minutes isn't a very long time, but in terms of a performance, I start to fall asleep with that one. I can't see that making the final, but I'm having a few doubts at the moment because I think Armenia will go through, Moldova, Switzerland, Latvia is hit miss, Denmark I think should, Sweden, Austria maybe, I don't think Austria will either. It's getting really interesting now. We've got Lithuania coming up, which is a Jurij Veklenko, and that is with Run with the Lions. As I mentioned before, I wouldn't want to run with them because I'd end up eaten. Be a very gruesome death, wouldn't it? Not exactly what I'd hope for when you're abroad in Tel Aviv in Israel. Yeah, where are the lions in Israel? I haven't seen any yet, but they're not on the loose. Anyway, Lithuania at number 12. You're welcome, lucky stranger. So that was Lithuania at number 12. And next up we will have Russia. And actually, just looking at the comments you've been saying underneath, Lucky Strangers put good thing today. It's not singing Sir Hat. He would have won all. Well, I'd love to know where he finished in semi-final one. We won't find out until it's all done and dusted on Saturday night. But yeah, where would he have been? Would he have been 10th? We found out earlier from John Arlison's Twitter account. Now, of course, he's the boss of Eurovision. He knows exactly the results the moment they come in. He's the first to know before anybody else. And I think the way he said that the difference between 10th and 11th in semi-final one voting is that it was by only 2 points, so incredibly tight. So whoever finished 11th will be absolutely gutted to know that they were pretty much that close, the shape of a tic-tac away from making the grand final. Which, you know, they work very hard, all these countries, for their act, and knowing that some of them wouldn't make the final makes it a bit, you know, what a shame, all that effort just to basically be on for one night in front of a big audience. So next up, as I mentioned, we do have Russia. We've got a bit of a break now in the green room. They're talking to Leonora, who represents Denmark, and she's only 20 years old. We do have a lot of young performers these days at Eurovision. You know, let's not forget, we do have Junior Eurovision later on this year in November. Me and Joey from ESC Plus, we were at the press conference back on Monday night as they were announcing more about what's going to happen in Poland. They're the hosts later this year. Bar Raffaelli is now interviewing Swedish act, and we absolutely love Sweden. John Lundvik, who tried to get into Eurovision last year through Beer Malfest, but instead it was Benjamin Ingrosso, who of course is all known for, as well as his music, is actually cousins with one of the members of Swedish House Mafia. So anyway, what do you guys think? You've heard some of the songs in the background. What do you think? We've had Unknown03 asking me how was Ireland. I thought Ireland was okay. I didn't actually really get to hear much of it because the audio in here was not streaming through to us yet in the press centre. You can hear it now, but it wasn't like that for the first couple of songs. But I've heard Ireland's song before, but from what I saw from the stage and without any sound, it looked okay. But I just think Ireland could miss out on the final this year, which would be a shame for them because it's been a while since they've done back-to-back automatic spots into the grand final. But it looks as though we are getting ready for Russia to perform next. So, as the presenter saying, 6 more to go. Sergei Lazarev is about to go onto the stage. His first appearance at Eurovision in 3 years. Let's not forget 2016, when it was between him and Jamala of Ukraine. When it came to the new voting system back then, it's been 3 years down the line. We're now used to it. It's now just a normal thing at Eurovision. But we weren't sure at all that night who was going to win between them two when it came to the last 2 songs being announced as the most points from the fans, and it was Ukraine at the end. So it will be interesting. But Sergei, 3 years on, probably really wants to do do 2 better, because he finished 3rd 3 years ago, to go on to win Eurovision for Russia. And the last time Russia won Eurovision was back in 2008. So it's been a little while, but done better than. Well, I'm from the UK, and this channel's from Spain. So yeah, it's been a while since either nation has won it, and at least Russia could say they've won it before. So we've got Sergei doing a bit of running around in Jerusalem on top of the tower, as we're just getting ready for his act to start. What do you think, folks? Do you think Sergei can win it this year? Let me check. Jefferson, Lamus, Mackerel has just shared their qualifiers for semi-final 2. We'll read it out in just a moment after we've heard this song. First time I've seen the stadium for this, so this is Scream from Sergei Lazarev. And that was Sergei Lazarev there for Russia. And in case you're wondering, a bit of a preview of what you should expect tomorrow. There's more than one of him. There's like 10 of him in the video. It's very cleverly done, but I must admit, I preferred his song in 2016. I think that was more iconic and more catchy and more memorable as well. The staging for that is superb, but I just don't think the song does it for me. Not my kind of song, really. But we'll see what happens. But I'm sure Russia will make it. Jefferson Lemes Mackerel has said my qualifiers for semi-final 2 are Armenia, Moldova, Switzerland, Malta, North Macedonia. I've got to get used to that. I forgot it's not Macedonia anymore. Russia, Albania, Austria, Norway, Romania, Sweden, and Netherlands, and Azerbaijan no qualifiers. Wow, that's a big prediction there by Jefferson. Han agrees. Do you agree with me or what Jefferson's predictions are? Lucky Stranger said, "Sweet dreams, ha ha ha." If you are going, good night. And do join us. Remember to subscribe as well, Lucky Stranger, if you haven't yet. Subscribe, press that subscribe button for more of these live streams throughout this year and, of course, next year's song contest. So we've got Albania now at number 14. And that was Albania there, and I must admit I do like Albania because there's something about Janida who, when we interviewed her back in London, and you know the song is clearly from the heart, and it's all down to her. And I think for Albania, who knows, it could make the final. I think where it is in the running order will help them. Next up we have Norway with Kino with the song Spirit in the Sky. It's a trio, 2 men, 1 woman, and I must admit it's growing on me, this song. Just like Czech Republic the other night with Mallory, with Friend of a Friend. I like that song as well. But this one's been growing on me as well. Spirit in the Sky, we've heard that from many other artists over the years, different versions of the song, and this one's a different one. It's from scrap. That is the rules at Eurovision. It has to be completely new. But let's see what you think of Norway. This is at number 15. So that was Norway with Spirit in the Sky from Kano there, and yeah, I mean that's in my top 10 for this semi-final. I don't think it'll win the semi-final because I think it could be this song coming up now, and that is the Netherlands. So in response to who asked that question again? How was the Netherlands? Says Dion Chu. Well, here we go. If you're still watching, you can listen to the song right now in just a few moments' time. Oh, actually, you did respond and go, oh, number 14, Netherlands still has to come. Derek Cohen said, you'd need a few beers to listen to some of the songs. Some are very average like this one. See, I agree with you, Derek. In terms of the lineup, I thought semi-final 2 would be miles better, but there's a bit of a patch in there in the lineup this year for the semi-final 2, and it's you kind of want to go to the toilet. No, that's really bad, but that's just how I feel. Netherlands, anyway, this is the current favourite to win Eurovision this year. Netherlands there, and lots of applause here in the press room. We haven't had that kind of reaction yet, and the crowd going pretty wild for Duncan as well. And it's currently the favourite to win. It can completely change though. You know, Australia's going up the rankings and it's up to 4th when I last checked. Actually, I think now from a friend of mine, he said it was now 3rd in the favourite. So it's like I said with Eurovision, you could easily try and predict it, but whether or not you get it right, that's another story. Anyway, shall we feel sorry a little bit for North Macedonia for tomorrow, because she's having to sing straight after Duncan, which might not help her trying to get to the final, but you know, we'll see what this song is like. I have heard the song Proud, but I've never actually seen the staging yet, so this will be interesting. This is the second last song of tonight for North Macedonia. North Macedonia. A few applauds in here as well, actually. So quite interesting with that one. Will it make the final? Find out tomorrow. And now we go to last but not least of semi-final 2. And number 18, it's Azerbaijan with Chingiz with the song Truth. And this is actually a song that seems to be just kind of like Australia, where it's grown up in the odds of possibly winning. Last time Azerbaijan won this song contest was in Dusseldorf in Germany in 2011. Alan Nicky, if you remember them two, they were a couple that sang together and brought home their very first ever Eurovision title for Azerbaijan. So, you know, Azerbaijan have got a good history of Eurovision recently, so can this be a new one? We'll find out. Here's the song Truth. So that was Azerbaijan wrapping it up there for the night. So that is all 18 songs performed. Let us know. Do comment your thoughts. Tamara from North Macedonia killed it, says Manav Tamara. I think I'm going to have to agree with you. Hold her beer. Okay. Well, she don't like beer. Well, she likes wine instead. Maybe we should ask her that. You know, maybe we should ask what kind of drink she would drink when celebrating, because she might just celebrate her place into the final tomorrow night. We'll find out. But Burberry has said Netherlands, yes. Lucky Stranger said Super Voice. I think that's about. I think that might have been about Netherlands as well. Vagos Anna said I want Croatia, Netherlands, Moldova, Switzerland, and North Macedonia to qualify. Petra123 has put Croatia with 2 love hearts, not 3 love hearts, not 1, but 2. Double the love. And Rocco has said, has Croatia already performed? Yes, they have. Gary Briff has asked, how was Malta? Malta was okay. I don't know. I keep thinking Malta might just make it. Malta was in a phase of the semi-final where it was just a little dull, and I think some of those songs can be forgotten in that whole patch, and I just don't really know what to expect. I personally actually look at both semi-finals, and after watching that, thinking maybe semi-final one was actually quite exciting compared to the fact that we were saying earlier this week that we were taking the mick out of semi-final one. And he's come back from the arena. It's Joey. How are you, my friend? Good. And you're wearing that fantastic shirt again. So you're always welcome to come back with that shirt. And let's look very close. It's got a woman in a bikini. We've got a little tree there with the sun over it.
The beach theme.
The beach theme. It's fantastic. It suits the Tel Aviv beach completely. Then you got the light blue, the sea, the beautiful, beautiful clean sea of Tel Aviv.
And so is that why you chose that?
Yeah, there's many cows in Tel Aviv. I'm the only one. So, Joey, you've come back. You've watched this show twice now, because you saw it this afternoon with the dress rehearsals. Can I be honest? I thought semi-final one was more exciting to watch. I can't get it. I thought there was a patch in that semi tonight where some of the songs are just a bit. I can go to the toilet and not worry about missing some of these.
Yeah,
that's quite a reference.
I was thinking that too. I wasn't sure if it was because the excitement of semi-final one being the first semi-final just made it better, but I agree. There were some legs there that just felt.
And I think as well, everyone's going on. I know we haven't had the actual semi-final yet of number 2. That is out tomorrow, but I honestly think Australia could be the favourites after all this. Yeah. I mean, the Netherlands song is okay, but it's only about the song. I'm not saying the staging has to be better, but it's more, that is all about the song with him. And I think the jury votes, they'll love him. But the fans vote, I don't know what you think. I just have this feeling that maybe Australia might have a firm grip on this.
Yeah, or it could be kind of come down to the two of them because, they're both favourites of the jury, those two countries.
Yeah, interesting. We've got Switzerland going on in the background there.
Switzerland did receive a very positive reaction in the arena. Seems like people knew the song, they knew the dance moves coming. There was a lot of excitement around Luca, which I expected, but I think it was larger than what I expected.
Actually, well, I'll ask you now. Let's try and get your memory going, even though it was only a few minutes ago. Who do you think got the loudest reception in the arena?
Well, actually, the loudest reception in the arena definitely was Russia.
Russia?
Yeah, I mean, so if it was before the song, Russia, because there definitely were a lot of Russian fans here tonight, and there were a lot of Sergei fans. So the minute he stepped out on the stage, the crowd went wild.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah.
But of course, Sergei, as is known in the past with the Eurovision communities, that might have helped a little bit. But this is it now. We're going through the summary
so
of the
my
songs.
favorites tonight, I see a couple of people asking about Malta and Albania. Those were two of my favorites of the night. They both.
Albania was awesome.
I thought, Jonida, I feel like every time she performs the song, she outdoes herself. And, Malta, I feel like Michaela hasn't performed this song too many times live, so it's like a real treat to see her performing it. It's a crowd pleaser. It's youthful. It's energetic. I loved it.
Yeah, I think it's funny because when I look at the Albania song, I remember when I interviewed Janida in London, and what I liked about her was she said it's from the heart. It's my feelings towards the song. And sometimes you gotta respect that because at the end of the day, we have a lot of songs at Eurovision that are written by someone else, which is fine.
Yeah.
They can perform it to anyone if they want to, like Michael Rice with his song being from the Swedish act. But sometimes I just think it's more beautiful seeing it from someone's actual emotions, but then it comes out as a fantastic song.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Let's see what else are people saying. Tionat is saying Neon, Duncan will win it for Netherlands. Lucas has asked, how about Sweden? Just had them now in the background.
Yeah, Sweden was great. I mean, they are having so much fun, and they're looking more and more confident as a group up there. The mamas are a big part of the song. I think that, there's the beginning where John is out there on his own, and then the mamas come into the frame, and there's a, kind of a climax, and the crowd gets into it. It's very gospel, very church, but mixed with pop. So you've got people dancing and like praising.
Yeah.
Like it's great. It's really really good. I would love to see John win. I'd be very happy with that.
Okay, we do look at Russia now, and I think to describe it very quickly to the viewers who haven't seen it yet, it is basically 10 versions of Sergei, which not many men are going to disagree with because of how good looking he is. Probably being one of the sexiest acts we've ever seen at Eurovision. He's a very very nice bloke as well. But I just feel like his other song, "You're My Only One," I feel as though that's just more memorable than Scream.
Yeah, I mean that's a popular opinion. Everyone's saying that he didn't bring the same level of staging to the song, and so maybe it's not a winner. Maybe it's not a top three, but he's going to be a big favorite until that's proven otherwise because of his large fan base.
Absolutely. Anyway, we are going to be right back in just a moment. We're just going to take a quick break as my laptop is running out of battery again. So we'll be back in just a moment. Oh my God. Put the mic levels up. There we go. We are back here in the press centre, and there we go. There we go. We can get Joe's beautiful face in. Perfect.
Aww.
I know, very sweet of me. You have to go up against this baby face. Bless him. Bless him.
Yeah, exactly.
At least you could grow a beard. We've actually got an interval act being on right now. It's actually quite sweet and beautiful.
So this is the Shava band. I don't know if you know about them.
No, I don't.
So they participated in Israel's national selection this year,
Okay.
and they were doing really well. They were on track to possibly win and represent Israel, but they dropped out, and I don't remember exactly what the reason they gave was, but there are more than 6 members of the band,
And you can't have
and they're
more.
put together by, they all have some special need. So you see, like, the lead singers are blind, and there are, all the members have some kind of special need, and so it's a very inspiring story. And you'll hear a little bit about them tomorrow night.
Absolutely. It is. They sound fantastic,
Yeah.
actually. I think, for anyone who decides to, wait for the results to come in tomorrow night, do watch this. It's actually quite a sweet song. Great participation from all the members as well. A bit of sign language and all that happening as well. So it is good to see. I'll tell you what, this could have been a song that would have won Eurovision in a weird way. It's one of those, isn't it? It's just memorable because of the personality of their performers as well. It's quite interesting. Anyway, we'll just quickly go through more of your comments, and then we will wrap up for the night. As of course we've got the semi-final again tomorrow, so we don't want to give too much away. We got Alex S saying, "What about Albania? Please tell me how she was." We were saying before.
I saw that earlier.
And she just absolutely nailed it. Lucas said, "How about Sweden?" Lucas, I think it's
No,
sorry, Joey. Oh, we did, yeah, sorry.
What did James say?
James Watson.
I was at Melfest, and Sweden gets the crowd going like no other song. Yeah, absolutely. I got to experience it for the first time tonight. I was not at Melfest, but people really, really like that song, and John's an excellent performer, and he's in it for the long haul.
It's interesting because with Sweden, their standard is just always high, though, isn't it? It's like if they don't get top 5, then for them each year it's like a fail for them. With all that money they put towards Malfest, it's 6 weeks, isn't it? It's a 6-week progress. Where other countries like where I'm from in the UK, we only do it for one night.
Yeah, they don't look like they put anywhere near as much effort.
No effort at all. No, you're right. That's how I feel. Talking about my own network. Lucas has said, "Thank you for the kind words from Sweden." You're more than welcome, Lucas. So we've got Bar Raffaelli back in the green.
So let's talk about where tomorrow is going to get interesting, because this is a semifinal where there are a lot of big favorites, and I think a lot of people agree on who's going to qualify out of those. So where I feel like it's interesting is around Denmark, North Macedonia, Romania, Albania. Like, those countries are on the cusp. Who would you like to see be a shock qualifier tomorrow? The way we had Belarus and San Marino last night.
It could happen, yeah. It could happen again.
I think it's going to happen. If last night taught me anything, was that the odds and everything are only going to be right about 70 to 80% of the time.
Yeah.
So who would be those ones that are on the outside right now that end up qualifying?
I think North Macedonia might do it.
That's actually in terms of the odds, it's meant to qualify.
It's meant to qualify.
Yeah.
And that was Tamara to Vitska with the song Proud. And I must admit, I wasn't sure what to expect because she was on straight after the Netherlands.
Right.
And when you're on against probably the favourite of them all, well, he is currently, but when that happens, normally you get forgotten.
Right.
And I thought, that's not going to help her. But I listened to the song, watched it, and thought, you know what, that was really good. And I think for Tamara, she will make it. I think Malta. Sorry, excuse me. Long day. Malta could be another one.
It's meant to qualify. So
it's meant to qualify. Oh, it's hard now.
I'm talking about the ones that are currently not meant to qualify.
What did you? All right, then.
Albania.
What did you think of Denmark?
Romania. Denmark.
I think it might miss out.
I think it. Well, it's currently 10th, so it's right on the cusp. And why I think it would qualify is partially because Norway and Sweden are voting in this semifinal, and so that's going to help them.
Yeah.
Now, could there be other songs that will beat it just, based without that help? I think so, and that's probably why it's 50-50. But a song that's not meant to qualify that I think would be a nice shock would be Albania and Romania for me.
That's interesting, because I mean Albania, I think deserves to go through it. As I said before, the belief and the emotion of how much effort she's put into the song, it's clearly for her own experience. So I would love to see, I'd love to see Albania through. Romania, I must admit, it's one of those songs that's kind of already forgotten for me when it went late on to the semi-finals, because that was 6 in the running order. Latvia was another one where it was okay. It was just a pastime, I think, for me.
Yeah, I don't think they have a shot.
No, I can't see it. Moldova, I think, has got a great chance.
That's the other one that I would put in there, just because. So, what did you think of the sand art and everything?
I liked it. I mean, it's never really been done before, either on the stage. And the good thing is that you actually watch the screen. You don't watch her do it. Really, you don't feel like you need to watch her, because you can leave it to the screen copying what she's doing. So I do think it was quite interesting, but I think it's just one of those which, once it makes the final, that's it. You've done the peak will be there for Moldova. Ireland, I think, is not going to make it.
Right.
No one's talking about Sarah McTurnan, I'm afraid. I actually really like her, because I interviewed her and she was lovely, but the song's just not. It's just not happening. And again, Ireland, they're going to have to get used to not making the final again. So, for them. Anyway, they're telling us to vote. We can't vote. Only the juries can vote tonight for.
I think Armenia is at risk of not qualifying. What about you?
I must admit, I wasn't that fussed about Armenia. I think it's a great song to start off a show. But that's all I see. We see Sarah McTurnan now, and so much going on, but it just feels a bit of a distraction from what she's trying to address. I mean, she's a beautiful woman, don't get me wrong, but I just can't see it going through at the moment. And this is Moldova with the whole artwork, which I think is fantastic. I love her dress. It's a fantastic dress.
Great vocal as well.
And the jury will love that.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I think I'm looking at the shocks, and
I felt like maybe Switzerland could put themselves a little bit closer to being back in it again after tonight.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I mean, the crowd response was really, really strong. I don't know why they dipped in the odds from the past week or so, but it's got a lot of fans.
What's it been like at Euroclub, that song? I'd imagine that has been a real...
and Switzerland, and it's like Norway played like every 15 minutes. So those are the big songs.
The big songs. Right, anyway, I think we are going to wrap up.
Should we look at the Euroclub schedule and tell people who's performing?
Let's have a look. I'll just get it up now. Let's have a look. Trying to figure. Here we go. Got the full lineup. You can hear Denmark in the background, followed by Sweden. I wonder if Joey likes Sweden. Let's have a look. Oh, if it's a bit slow on our internet here in the press centre. So let's have a look for tonight, Wednesday, May 15th.
I was told that the lineup is really good tonight.
Apparently it's the best of the lot, I think. So we've got DJ Ron, who's actually from Israel, but will also do Euroclub on Grand Final night, the only act there, because of course everyone's busy over there. DJ Meister, who I actually know very well, so I hope you are well, Meister. I met him last year in Lisbon. Madame Monsieur is...
that will be fun.
That will be good. Conchita Verse.
Yes.
Ruth Lorenzo from Spain. We all remember her. That was a great song. Man Zamalov, who doesn't love Man Zamalov? If you don't like Man Zamalov, Eurovision hates you. It's as simple as that. Zena.
Yes.
And she'll be loving it tonight, not liking
she's
it.
She's going to have such a big fan.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We got Elliot from Belgium, despite the fact that
hopefully he'll be calmer. There's no pressure on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he could balls it up completely then.
Oh, and Tamta. Tamta will be there.
Tamta. Can I just say, I love Tamta. She's just awesome, isn't she? I absolutely love her.
We've got Bilal Hassani,
Of France?
D-Mall, and Mickey. So this is, I think you need to go get your dancing shoes on.
Oh my word, yes. It's so good. But D-Mall, again, another act that won't be at the final. But, you know, it's good that they're making the most out of their trip still, you know. At the end of the day, it may be seen as a song contest, but it is to have fun for everyone as well. All acts, all fans, everyone involved in Eurovision throughout the year.
We're going to see some of those fans tomorrow when
we will.
We'll look for the outfits again.
Before and after. So we're going to try and do it before the semis where we get their predictions and then find out what everyone thought after the show as well. So that'll be a lot of fun.
We'll experience the Euro Village.
We will. And you haven't been yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. So we're both virgins for that. We will be at the beach.
I'm glad you clarified for that.
Yeah. We got Netherlands in the background. Will that be the winner, do you think, folks? Before we wrap up, let's see what everyone else is saying. James Watson, we've already read you. Mandias.
Oh, Mandy. Hi, Mandy.
Hello, Mandy. Is that Mandy Kristen Petterson,
Yeah,
is it? Jerry. Oh, Jerry. Love. Come on, Mandy. I want Jamie. Love. Please. I'm not above begging. Henrik Janssen. The jury will like the Mamas. Yeah. I completely agree. And you said as well, the Mamas is a great feature for that song. Azerbaijan.
And I love that that's basically what we're meant to call them. They are the Mamas. That's an official term. It's not like somebody just made that up. And I asked John if it was okay if I saw one of them that I could say, "Hey, Mama," and he said, "Yeah."
Do it in the Sunstroke Project way. Hey, Mama. Hey, Mama. Hey, Mama. Boop, boop. Let's have a look at Clash E. How was the Dutch staging? You know what? There didn't need to be it didn't need anything.
It was a piano and Duncan. That was pretty much it.
Exactly. And it didn't need a big staging. You know, it's like Salvador Sobral when he won. It didn't need much going on because the song itself should get you. You know,
Right.
It should get your votes really if you love that kind of music. Mark Casalia said, "Hey guys, do you think there's any chance of Ireland qualifying?" I'm going to repeat myself. Yeah, no, simple no.
Don't waste your money betting on it. I would be really surprised.
Yeah.
Second in the running order. It's got a lot of things going against it.
I love how they do this voting bit. Like all the actual like members of the performers are actually looking nervous. You think, no, it's tomorrow night, not tonight. Mandy Christian Panzer said, "Jamie, love. Oh, I wonder who asked for that. Although I don't know.
So Mandy's in Oslo, and so she'll get to experience Melody Grand Prix in 2020, which is going to go 6 weeks as well. We were talking about Melfest going 6 weeks.
Yes.
So Melody Grand Prix 2020 will be a 6-week affair, and I plan to be in Norway for some of it.
Nice one. Has Melody Grand Prix always been 6 weeks?
No. It's a special anniversary
okay.
next year.
Now that is interesting. We've got Henrik Janssen again saying F1 else than the Netherlands on black horses or dark horses.
We're kind of getting to that stage.
Yeah, I think it's starting to. Yeah, it's like last year really with the fact that Israel was favourites before the contest. Then they started to fade down a little bit. Then Norway turned up with Alexander Rybak. Then you had Frigo from Cyprus. But it's the fact that it's one of those, like, throughout the whole time, she still won. And I think that's the challenge Duncan's got, where he's still got to just stay focused on what he's doing. And he knows he's got a winning song. It just needs to be remembered on Saturday night and not get other fans carried away from other songs around it. But, of course, we'll find out tomorrow night we know he's going to qualify. If he doesn't, I'll be very surprised. You know, where we will find out whether he'll be in the first half or the second half of the final. So that'll be interesting as well. We'll be there for that. We'll definitely be wanting to watch the draw for that. Anyway, I think that's it for now. Joey, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Can't wait to do this again tomorrow.
As always, my friend, as always. We've got a busy day ahead tomorrow, but we are going to just go and record a reaction video and share our predictions for tomorrow. We're going to share our top 10 like we did the other night where I won 8-7. Just reminding him now.
You're getting your beer tomorrow, don't worry.
Oh yeah, Eurovision video. Yes, bring it on. I might owe him a beer though after the second semi-final. We'll find out. Anyway, remember to subscribe. Norway's
going to be fine, I think. Mandy's asking about Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you were getting emotional about the Norwegian group.
I love that song.
But-
It's grown on me every time.
Yeah.
That and Czech Republic is another one. You know, Mallory with a friend of a friend. I love that song. Anyway, he's been Jerry. I've been Jamie. And anyway, if you do want to get more of our stuff, please press subscribe on ESC Plus on YouTube. You can go on our Instagram page as well. That's ESC_Plus. We're on Facebook and Twitter.
Guide.
And don't forget the beautiful guide that you can. I have not actually. I was reading from it though. This guide is available on our website that you can print off. Look, you've got everything. You've literally got facts about the actual contest. Then you've got some of the acts, like for example Australia. There, the favorite. I've turned it right on Australia. I picked the right page for that. So do pick it up from ESC Plus. Everything you need to know for this year's Eurovision Song Contest in Tel Aviv. Anyway, we have been Jamie and Joey, and we will leave you to it. Good night, Tel Aviv. We'll see you tomorrow.